Well, here we are. It is April 22nd, 2019. This is actually our anniversary. 4 years ago on this day, little Wilbur came to live with me. Look at this sweet little face. He's such a wonderful baby. I love you, Wilbur. He has turned out to be the best dog. My dog had died. Little Sparky was dead, and on April 22nd, 2015, I went into the SPCA on Coleraine Avenue, and there I found Wilbur crammed in a two-dog cage there were two pit bulls, two German shepherds, and a big white English pointer dog. And I saw Wilbur, and I told the guy that was cleaning the cages down the way, I said, what in the world is that little dog doing in there with those big dogs? He only weighed 3 pounds. I mean, he was just bones when I got him. And they said, oh, I don't know what he's doing in there. And I said, well, get that dog out of there. I said, that is unacceptable. And my friend said, well, I thought you weren't partial to Chihuahuas. You said that on the way over here. And I said, I'm not. I said, but that's my dog. That is my dog. Get him out of there. Well, at that point, I didn't know if he was a boy or a girl, and I didn't really much care. It was my dog, and there was no way on God's green earth I was leaving that pound without this. Look at that face. He's given me 4 years of love and loyalty and friendship. And we had no way of knowing that at the time I had a peristomal hernia in my right lower abdomen, and it had been there for 19 years, and we knew it was a matter of time. It was going to catch up with me, and it did. It did. I ended up getting a bowel obstruction to where my the hernia had strangled off 3 inches of my bowel. We didn't know that at the time that this is taking place. I was laying here, right here on this couch, and I knew I had a bowel obstruction. I didn't know how serious it was, but when the bowel dies, it starts leaking toxins into the body, and it will poison you. And they said if I hadn't come to the hospital when I did, I would have died right here on this couch. I was starting to get goofy. I mean, I'm sitting there between pains. They had released me from the hospital 6 days earlier with a bowel obstruction and 20 Percocets. They sent me home, and by Thursday, I'm laying here between pains singing Amarillo by morning. I'm, flipping out in my head, and I'm thinking, I can't go to the hospital because they're going to operate and I'm going to die. I mean, they can only cut into the abdomen so many times, and this was the 20th time, and I had a 20% chance of surviving the surgery. It was done April 22nd, 2016, about 8 o'clock on a Friday night. Dr. Murley took me to surgery, and they said there was a very good possibility within 3 or 4 days that I would die. If I made it through those first 3 or 4 days, I would probably be okay. But I tell you what, that was the battle of my life. I had 3 blood transfusions over the next 24 hours because I bled out during surgery on top of everything else. I lost 3 more inches of my intestines, which I only had 4 feet to begin with. So losing any bowel, that was the concern about surgery with me. Losing any bowel could be a death sentence because you can't just keep losing to where you don't have any bowel left. But anyway, thank God I survived, but I was in the hospital for 15 days. Hernia surgery for most people is, 45 minutes and same day surgery. That's what happened with my dad. But they told me, they said, well, if we operate on you, surgery for your dad, that ain't going to apply to you. You're going to be in there and I was in there for 15 days total. And that was just one of the hardest physical recoveries I ever had to go through. And I am so grateful to be here today, 3 years later, celebrating this day. April 22nd is kind of like a day of rebirth for me. I got rid of that hernia. It improved my health and the quality of my life probably 100-fold. I even called Dr. Murley's office this morning, and I told a receptionist, I said, you be sure to tell Heidi Murley that I'm thinking of her today and that she has a special place in my heart today, because if it wasn't for her, I would have died. I was laying here dying right here on this couch. And I'm very thankful that I'm here today. alive to tell about it, because that was the hardest thing. I remember during those first 3 days, I was praying, God, please let me live. Please let me live. There was a church across the way from the hospital. You could see it on the hill, and their cross at night would illuminate over the highway out here. And I would look out my hospital window at that cross, and I'd say, Jesus, please let me live. Please don't let me die. Please don't let me die. I'm telling you what, though, by Monday afternoon, I was begging to die. It was horrible. I had to have 3 blood transfusions that first day. And when they gave me the third one, they said, well, if this doesn't work, we're going to have to take you back to the surgery, again. And I'm like, no, you can't. I won't come out. I won't have it. I don't have it in me to go through another surgery. If you take me to that operating room, I'm never going to come out alive. But thank God I lived, and I just wanted to share this part of my history with you guys, and share my little pretty boy. Isn't he beautiful? He is the best little boy that God ever made. He's friendly. He's loving. He's not real yappy and mean. He loves kids. He's just an awesome dog. So and there's my little girl Einstein. So if you guys ever want a dog, go to the pound and rescue, that you end up finding the love of your life. Look at that face. Who can resist that face? Who's a good Wilbur? You're a good Wilbur. You're a good boy. You don't have to flinch. He still flinches like he's afraid I'm going to hit him. After all this time together, he's had a rough road. He wasn't treated right either, but, we both got a great life today. It's our anniversary. Happy anniversary, Wilbur! And hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And no matter what's going on in your life, be thankful that you're alive today. You could be maggot food. Take that into consideration. Every day is a special, precious gift. And that's why I just had to make this video today. Today of all days, because it's our anniversary, and it's like a second birthday for me. So you all have a very good day, and say bye to Wilbur. Bye-bye, everybody. God bless.